Okay, on this video we are going to demonstrate the data view called Longitudinal Analysis Looking Back. And so if you have your Aware template data views handy, this is Emily Nallen from Region 17 and I will be walking you through how to create this video. So first thing, I am logged into Eduphoria. I'm going to go ahead and go into Aware. And like I typically do, I start a screenshot from Create a New Data View in the bottom left-hand corner. And then we can go ahead and click Next. And it's going to ask me to select a test that I want to see. So since we are talking about setting this as a template, it doesn't matter as much which particular test we choose. Just pick a current or the most current school year and then pick an assessment that has released that has standards released with it, so not a retest. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just do 6th grade reading. That works great. And we just need one particular assessment piece for this, so we can click Next. Then ask me, how do you want to see this particular information? So if we go to our recipe card, it says to either set this at the campus or at the district level, depending on if you're a principal or if you're a district administrator. So I'm going to go ahead and do district averages. And then it asks me, do you want to set this for where students are now or where they were when the test was administered? So if you want teachers to look at this particular data view and that's your focal point, then you want to set it to where students are now. If you want administrators looking at it for accountability purposes, then you may want to set it to where students were when the test is administered. So we're going to go with where students are now, just because it's a little bit more friendly for teachers to look at that way, and that's who we really want analyzing a lot of our data. Okay, then it asks me, do we want to pull in some information? And for this one we do. We want to pull in our learning standards. So we'll go ahead and click Next. And then do you want to summarize for any particular data? We're not, but your district can if you have specific things and items that you want to look for. But we're going to leave it blank and we're going to click Next again. And then it says, would you like to edit your view? Why, yes, we do. We want to edit it before we look at it. So then we'll click View My Report in the bottom right-hand corner. And a good rule of thumb is to first name your data view in the test editor. So it is the longitudinal analysis looking back. So we picked our assessment. So here's the one tricky thing about this data view is in the bottom right hand corner you do want to select Summarize Selected Test, but you want to choose from your drop down box you want to choose Longitudinal Analysis Looking Back. Let's see if I can get the screen to show that. There we go. For longitudinal analysis looking back, that's what we want to choose. By choosing this as our data view, then we are saying from the April administration of 2015 for STAR reading, we want to look back every single year that STAR was administered for 6th grade reading. And it will automatically pull that information. Then we can go to the Columns tab and we can select the fields that are in our recipe card. So the first thing we have is raw or scale score. So we do have raw. We can pull scale. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave raw. And then it says we need percent score. So that's great. And then it says we need met or satisfactory. So I can go to scores and grab satisfactory and drag it and drop it over. And then level 3, I want my advanced high kids. So let's go get level 3, advanced, accomplished. And then it also says that I want all learning standards, which I already have in here. So I'm just going to drag and drop that to the bottom because that's where they have it listed, and we should be good to go. We said we didn't want to summarize. We want it at the district level. So instead of clicking Save, if you click Update in the bottom right-hand corner, then it will start rendering your data view. And this one does take a little bit because it is pulling historical data as you look back. Okay, so it pulled everything that I want. I really don't like to look at it horizontally. I like to flip this data and look at it vertically. So if I click on Compare Across Test, and I think you'll see that it looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing this way. Awesome. I also like to color code my results. I'm pretty left-brained, so color coding does make me happy. So right there we have a great data view. We are now seeing all of your basic summarization information, so by scores at the top. So you can see it for 2015, 14, 13, and 12. And 12 was the first year STAR was administered. Then as you go down, you have every learning standard for English Language Arts, 6th grade, that was tested, and you can see how students performed every year that it was given. So this is an excellent opportunity for you to see systemic issues. Do we have some of this going across? I mean, it's happened every year. Then that's going to say, well, then in 6th grade reading, that's probably a skill that we need to focus on. Or is it good one year and lower performing another year? It could have been that set of students, which we do have another data view called cohort analysis that we can look at if we want to see more of the student groups, so the same group of kids, how they've been performing. But this one's really showing us as a 6th grade reading team or teacher, how are we performing? How have we done that over time, and what trends do we see? So this looks good. You want to make sure that you click Save. Okay, great. My data view is saved, so then I check myself by going to My Saved Views. It is the very last one, so I'm good. If the final step I do want to share this with teachers, then I will go to Share, District View, All My Teachers, and as a District Quick View. And if I'm a principal, then I would want to do My Campus Views, My Campus Teachers, and My Campus Quick Views. But we're going to go ahead and do District and click Submit. It should refresh. There we go. And then I always check myself. So if I was looking at 6th grade reading, let's go look at something else to make sure that it worked. Let's go to 7th grade writing. And that may be a little bit different information, but there's my longitudinal analysis looking back. And there we go. There's all my standards, my information, and historically across years. So we know that it worked. So hopefully this data view was successful and helpful for you to go back and watch this, and good luck.